I have always found the history of cosmetics fascinating, and I believe that if we want to have a better understanding of the constantly changing fashions and trends, then it is also important to review the history of makeup. People have been using cosmetics for centuries, and we have seen some dramatic changes not only in the styles, but also in the methods, products, formulas, and technologies. So let's take a brief look at the history of makeup. The earliest historical record of makeup comes from the first dynasty of Egypt. Tombs from this era have revealed unguent jars. An unguent, an ointment-like substance, was extensively used by men and women to keep their skins hydrated. The people of this time also decorated their eyes by applying kohl to the eye area, and this was to the upper lid as well as the lower lid. This was done not only for aesthetic reasons, but it also helped assist the eye against the glare of the sun. In Japan, geishas wore lipstick made of crushed safflower petals, and they painted their eyebrows, the edges of their eyes, as well as their lips. They used rice powder to colour the face and the back, and rouge to contour the eye socket and define the nose. About 3000 BC, the Chinese began to stain their fingernails with gum arabic, gelatin, beeswax and egg, and the colours that they added were used to represent social class. Romans widely used cosmetics by the middle of the 1st century AD. Kohl was used for darkening eyelashes and eyelids, and chalk was used for whitening the complexion, and rouge was also worn on the cheeks. Women wore white lead and chalk on their faces in Greco-Roman society, and Persian women used henna dyes to stain their hair and faces. The world's oldest cosmetic face cream, pictured on your screen, comes complete with its finger marks of its last user some 2,000 years ago. And this was excavated by archaeologists from a Roman temple on the bank of the River Thames. During the European Middle Ages, pale skin was the sign of wealth. 6th century women sought drastic measures to achieve this look by bleeding themselves. During the Italian Renaissance, lead paint was used to lighten the face, which of course was very damaging to the wearer, and acqua tofana was a popular face powder named after its creator, Signora Tofana, and this of course was made from arsenic, and once again this was very damaging to its wearer. Cosmetics was seen as a health retreat in Elizabethan England, and although the women wore egg whites over their face for that glazed look, and during the French Restoration in the 18th century, red rouge and lipstick were used to give the impression of a healthy, fun-loving spirit. During the Regency era, the most important item was rouge, which was used by almost everyone. At that time, eyebrows were blackened and hair was dyed. The most dangerous beauty aids during this time was white lead and mercury. They not only eventually ruined the skin, but also caused hair loss, stomach problems, and in some individuals, even death. During the 1800s, women would use belladonna to make their eyes appear more luminous, even though they were well aware it was poisonous. And the Victorians, well, they abhorred makeup. Any visible hint of tampering with one's natural colour was looked upon with disdain. At that time, a respectable woman would use home-prepared face masks, most of which were based on foods such as oat milk, honey and egg yolk. The real revolution, however, actually began around the 1910s. By then, women made their own form of mascara by adding hot beads of wax to the tips of their eyelashes, and some women even used petroleum jelly for this purpose. The first mascara was formulated and was named after Maybelle, the sister of its creator, T.L. Williams. This mascara is known today as Maybelline. In 1914, Max Factor, the father of modern makeup, introduced his fabulous pancake makeup. And Vogue featured Turkish women using henna to outline their eyes, and the movie industry immediately took interest. During this decade as well, the first pressed powders were introduced, which included a mirror and a puff for touch-ups, and pressed powder blush soon followed after. The lipstick in a metal case, invented by wonderful Maurice Levy, became so popular we are still using it today. However, the Victorian look remained in fashion until mass makeup marketing came about during the 1920s. The newly emancipated women began to display her independence by the free use of red lipstick, which sometimes was scented in cherry. During this decade, lip gloss was introduced by Max Factor, and new shades of red lipstick were developed. Although they were soap-based and very drying, we still loved them. The first eyelash curler came on the scene, called Curlash, and mascara in cake and cream form was extremely vogue. From the 1930s through to the 1950s, various movie stars proved to be the models for current trends in makeup. And with the 60s and the hippies came a more liberated makeup look, from white lips and Egyptian lined eyes to the painted images on faces. Heavily lined eyes continued from the 70s, 80s and 90s with a wide range of eyeshadow colours. Today's trend seemed to have reverted to a more natural look with the blendings of styles from the past. In today's world, a woman has literally hundreds of cosmetics to choose from, with a wide range of colours, formulas and uses.